Hey there guys, what's going on? So the clock has turned over once again, and where it once said winter, now is at least alleging spring. And while the gray skies and overcast rain showers may be casting more than its fair share of libel over that statement, nothing can stop the train of today's review. And it's good to keep that train rolling ahead, because 2014 seems as though it's going to be a year of extreme musical digging, if you will. The releases at this point seem to resemble the muddled and murky gray that's still currently going swimming all around us, though that's not to say they're bad by any means. Just a little harder to be the squirrel that finds the nut, I suppose. But to, actually get to the point of today's video, miraculously, we're going to discuss something that's a little bit on the shorter side of things at a mere 32 minutes, but is the fully developed result of the mix you get when you provide a fun little offbeat side project for two musicians in support of one veteran sideman's overdue return into the spotlight. And it's a more official version of an initial introduction video I made on my prior This Dog Ate My Vlogs channel, so it'll be nice to sort of have a final continuation here, if you will. Today we talk about the band's split single and their full-length debut, Fragmented World. This Jason Narducy fronted band was brought together by strong contributions from Superchunk's Jon Wurster on the drums and Spoon's Britt Daniel on bass and backing vocals, though the focus is mostly, as it should be, right on Narducy. As of this recording, their brand new record is just now starting to nose its way out into the world, so I think we should be the next ones to sink our teeth into it. Let's begin. From the chirpy, string-plucked rhythmic openings of Waiting for the Sun, the mood on Fragmented World is quickly set into place. Bright and shiny backdrops color and punctuate a tightly pop-laden landscape, but immediately beneath is something much more tenuous, much more confessional. I Don't Want to Be the One to Tell You I'm Not Well puts the depth of an immediately wearied shadow beneath sun, and the hook of I've Been Waiting for the Sun to Reappear sounds less triumphant and like more of a hopeful plea for better days to come. And in fact, it is the spell of dealing with heartache and the loss of someone close that inflects and propels a great deal of Narducy's writing on Fragmented World, whether through such narrowly veiled implications or the broader statements like the song Last Goodbye, in which he opines, "A long silence followed me through days and days and weeks. You could take a piece of me each day till I just fade away." Or in Fragmented World, in which I still have pictures of you, celebration, memories. I stare too long at these pictures of you while you live something new. Though, it's not as though this record consistently dwells in the doldrums of its weighted sadness either. While those moments of heavier lyrical consideration are some of the highest points on this record, the tempo immediately picks up more of a diamond cutter's edge with tracks like Monolith, Searches, and Love Is You, which ably blends Narducy's roots in punk rock and sidemen work with the likes of Bob Mould very, very well, against the constant sense of rocking, melodic sensibility that was some of the greatest strength of his former band, Verbo. And really, this is why split singles should be seen as so much less of a side project for Britt Daniel and Jon Wurster, and is so much more of a springboard for Narducy's nimble musicianship. It's not so much three voices together all striving for one thing, as one voice being propelled ably forward. Not that Wurster's usual cannon-fed drum work and Daniel's equally capable bass noodling aren't worth noting, but it's easy to see how they best conform and contribute to Narducy's vision for the spirit of this record. One can only hope that the band isn't viewed as simply a one-and-done project for the trio together, because the chemistry and effective blending of style is not only evident, but downright addictive most of the time. In many ways, Split Single picks up from where the aforementioned and still woefully ignored Verbo left off, and in many others it improves on those thoughts with its more polished electric veneer. Fragmented World isn't quite as haphazardly rough or bombastic around the edges, and it obviously doesn't possess the scrape and scratch of Alison Chesley's cello work this time around, but in the 14 years since then there's a much more tightly solid maturity that's so utterly redeeming here from track to track. It's strongly compelling power pop in a nutshell, and some of the best I've heard in quite a while at that. My favorites from this one are the previously referenced Last Goodbye, Searches, Waiting for the Sun, and the title track, in addition to the toe-tapping ripper Never Look Back, and the power chord pop of excellent closer My Heart Is Your Shadow. Split Single is a great meeting in the musically minded middle from three excellent veteran musicians, and it leads to one of the most brilliantly solid records of 2014 so far. Nothing with an extreme over-the-top level of flash, but it knows how to lay down some nice chords, it possesses some brilliantly structured lyrical output, and as far as well-riffed pop rock records go, Split Single's Fragmented World is about as effective as it gets. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. But that's it, and that's all for my latest review here on Split Single and their debut album, Fragmented World. I hope you enjoyed some of my thoughts and my coverage on this from my new headquarters here, as you can see. And if you liked what you heard of Split Single, you can go check them out digitally over on iTunes, or go and support the artist more directly by buying physical CDs, vinyl, and t-shirts over on the Split Single Music website. And, as always, you guys, thank you very much for tuning in to this review. But until next time, again, thank you everybody out there, everybody who watches, pays attention to these videos, tunes into my reviews. There'll be plenty more stuff to come out, so keep it here as we take the world by storm in 2014. Thank you all very much for watching.